Hello everybody, welcome back to Hakuoki. We are apparently asking an important question of Sanan. What was it? It is... So then you've been ignoring those commands, even before tonight. Oh, good. Oh, how perceptive. Was that intuition or an educated guess? I didn't intend to be rebellious or any such thing. I just wished to take a walk. I wasn't sure how to answer that exactly. He studied my face, gently smiling. I've overheard a few rumors that point toward a ghost roaming headquarters. Yes. That is most likely me. Every time I tell myself I shouldn't, but well. Do you enjoy taking walks? I don't dislike them, but I have other reasons for doing this. I may be a fury, but being contained indoors with the others like me day after day begins to suffocate you. So, two things. Firstly, yes, there are other furies. That was a question I had, I think, last episode. Secondly, I just realized I know how suffocate is spelled, but I always pronounce it wrong. I put an R in it somewhere, and now that I'm thinking too hard, I don't know where. It begins to suffocate. Suffer? Yeah, it must be suffocate. Yeah. That's awkward. Okay, moving on. Besides, we are in a temple. It wouldn't be too unusual to spot a ghost here in the middle of the night, yes? I suppose. So he had known exactly the reaction he would get from his wandering from the start. Ghost or fury doesn't change the simple fact that I cannot breathe fresh air until night shrouds everything from sight. Sanan, who had become a fury to help the Shinsengumi, was declared dead to protect secrecy. The weight of his secret must have been unbearable to carry, but he bore his silent burden. You know what? He's always wandering around in the daylight. Like, that's... like, he always just pops in randomly during the day, so it's not like he's being very secretive. I will make more of an effort to restrain myself from stepping outside from now on. Oh, no, I don't think it's that big of a problem. I understand your desire to be free of your confinement, truly. If the rumors of a ghost spread too much, however, there may be an investigation. Just be careful. That's all I wanted to say. My heart ached at the thought of refusing him his walks. The only moments of freedom he was able to scrounge together in his new life. You're quite interesting. Huh? Oh, nothing. I will take your advice and be mindful of the rumors in the future. Thank you for not dismissing me out of hand. I hate this. He could have completely disregarded my comment, but instead he listened to me. Emotion swirling, I bowed to him gratefully. I think the worst part about those pop-ups is that I can't just click out of them. I have to wait for it to disappear. I think that's the most annoying part. He shook his head. Just trying to imagine someone. Sorry. Okay. No, it should be me who is thanking you. I'm very grateful. Shanan, just come and visit me every night. You can take a walk to my room, and then you won't be caught, and we can have a little chat. That seems nice, right? Speaking with you has improved my mood. Something about the way he said that made me blurt out a question without thinking. Are you alright, Sanan? My injury has healed, of course, and so I believe myself to be rid of that which held me back, but there are moments when I lose sight of what I am. I gave up my life as a human, so it shouldn't bother me any longer. Sanan. He led the Fury Corps into battle, but he was also continuing his research on the water of life. Both took up all of his time, and he ended up isolated from everyone. Maybe he was even questioning his own existence. I am a shadow, tied to the world by my past. The human life has no meaning for me anymore. Perhaps the rumors are true, and I really am a ghost. He smiled bitterly, but through his ragged eyes I saw pain. He was wearing himself to nothingness. I have something in my eye, and it burns like a motherfucking bitch. Ow! Okay, listen, I do not mind touching the Sanan booty, so I kind of want to do, like, the Sanan booty touching thing, but I don't know which option. I think grabbing his hands, but is that too forward? Would he be like, oh, good, and, like, shake me off, because that made me feel like a little bug. I had to grab his hands, get his attention. I think if I feel like I know Sanan, I think that if I'm just like, you're alive, Sanan. You're fine. Then he'd be like, you don't know that, but thanks. Because he's a little depressed asshole. I'm gonna grab him. Oh! That surprised me. I mentally sighed with relief. What? Okay. It seemed Sanan had recovered a bit of himself again, and I was glad. Oh, look, he's so surprised. Why is he so freaking cute? With his hair all fluttery. Wow. Beautiful. Sanan, can you feel that? Your hands are warm. Blood is pumping through them just like mine. Oh god, my fucking eye is like on fire. You may be a Fury, but that doesn't mean you aren't alive like the rest of us. Sanan blinked, his eyebrows raising. There are times when I don't know who I am, too. I knew there were some who claimed that I was a demon like they were. Maybe that meant I also wasn't human. But still, even so, living is to be alive. I had no doubts. The truth of this matter was clear to me. A smile stole over Sanan's face. Yay! Perhaps you're right. I've not lost this life quite yet. He's so pretty. Warmth had returned to his voice. No trace of his recent harsh and biting tongue could be found. It seemed like I was finally seeing the old Sanan, kind and gentle once more. Even if you are not human, and I am some kind of monster, we are still here breathing, living, existing. Right! Now I'm addicted to checking. I want to see what's after blooming. Warrior record. Sanan. Load. 30%. What? That's lame. You get blooming and then you start getting percentages? That's fucking dumb. Yeah. just closed for everybody else. That's okay. I wonder how, like, romanced I have to be with somebody to get their ending. Because obviously, if you're not romanced with anybody, you'll probably just stay alone. Whoops. Did I read this? Thank you. I feel as if your words helped me step out of a fog in which I lost myself. Oof. Now it's gonna be all upset. It's gonna throw a little fucking tizzy. What? Okay. It's August today. Duh. Read that. Oh! I'm sorry. I keep ordering you around. Genuine appreciation from Sanan made my heart warm. I wasn't used to hearing such things from him, so I shook my head embarrassed. I'm going to find out how far I can go until the very end. As long as there's still breath in these lungs, I'm going to keep moving forward. Sanan. The words felt as if they held the weight of a vow, and his eyes glittered with determination. I sensed he had made a serious decision, and he meant to abide by it with every fiber of his being. With Sanan finding some peace, it seemed the rumors of ghosts haunting the compounds faded. At last, after the long while in which I've made his acquaintance, Sanan felt the strength to move forward. So literally we only got that scene to get closer to Sanan. That's it. That entire section. After the dust cleared, following the Hamaguri rebellion, the shogun set about cleaning house. The Choshu expedition was launched by the shogun once the Choshu domain were declared enemies of the court. Choshu expedition, a military expedition led by the Tokugawa shogunate against the Choshu, who attacked the imperial palace and became enemies of the court after the Hamaguri rebellion. Perhaps feeling they'd dodged a bullet, the Choshu domain fell silent for a time. Their obedience was short-lived, however, and before long their disrespect for the shogun became impossible to ignore. You get the fuck out of here. In order to investigate further, the shogunate decided to send an envoy to the Choshu domain. Kondo was asked to accompany an envoy sent to the Choshu to investigate their behavior. However, the Choshu domain refused to even meet with the envoy. Fed up with their insubordination, the shogunate ordered the second Choshu expedition. However, the war was a costly one, exhausting both the resources and the men from all over the domains, whose morale began to falter. To add to the fire, word of the shogun Iemochi's passing shook all of Japan, and some domains even withdrew, which made the situation even dire. The second Choshu expedition had ended in a surprisingly major loss for the shogunate troops. October 1866. Oh, has it been a year? The pillar of the Tokugawa shogunate, which stood strong for 260 years, was beginning to show signs of instability. This sound again. That day I was accompanying Saito on his rounds. It sure has been hot lately. I've gotten used to the city of Kyoto, but I just can't get used to this humid heat. Indeed. I always wondered. Even in midsummer, Saito always wore his full uniform. Wasn't he hot? He kept his vigilant guard up while observing the city of Kyoto. We can begin with this store and do our rounds. Wait here, Yukimura. There's nothing for you to do inside. Alright. Ooh, are we gonna meet what's-his-face again? Hijikata's pal? He gave me a short nod of confirmation and stepped into the shop with his men. It's the Shinsengumi. there are rumors floating around about a Ronin coming in and out of here, so I'll have to inspect your store. Yes, sir, of course. I'd been waiting for Saito and his division for a few minutes when I noticed a commotion nearby. Hey, out of the way. You got a couple patriots coming through here. Rokuro? A number of rather unpleasant-looking Ronin were making their way into my general direction, yelling, threatening, and intimidating anyone unfortunate enough to cross their path. Patriots? Hardly. Perhaps they considered themselves loyal to the imperial court, but they looked like the sort who only used their supposed patriotism as an excuse to steal and kill. Hey, you deaf? I told you to move. The Ronin tossed a poorly aimed kick at a child playing in the street. Wreck his fucking shit. Do not kick the children. Do not kick the animals. Kick an adult all you like. I mean, not all you like. I mean, kick him once, and I guess that's okay. Not really. It's not okay. Okay. I'm just trying to say that it's less okay to kick a child than it is to kick an adult. Sorry. What should I do? It seemed like the warriors were preoccupied with their investigation in the store. Just as I was about to stop the Ronin, literally all you had to do was stick your head and go, Hijikata! Ronin! Oops, it's not Hijikata, it's not Soji. Is it? Fuck, I forgot his name. Whatever. Moving on. Just as I was about to stop the Ronin. Do we know her? Is that the one we met? Desist, you hooligans. What is this? You think you can tell us what to do, lady? Ha, a woman wants to pick a fight with us. Patriots loyal to the emperor. Well, perhaps it is you who should feel pathetic for being told by a woman to stop. She's so sassy, I love her. Don't you know how much trouble you're causing the Kyoto civilians? You bitch. The man's obviously short fuse had been lit. He made a grab for the girl and missed. I suspected his next attack wouldn't be as inaccurate. Why wouldn't you just say wouldn't miss? I couldn't let that happen. Wait! When I had come to my senses, I noticed that I had instinctively taken action. I had positioned myself in front of the girl, protecting her. Who are you? You know this broad? No, I don't. Then how's about you keep your damn nose out of my goddamn business? Flex's spit flew from his mouth as he roared at me, and my legs suddenly felt somewhat weaker than they had a moment ago. You are so pathetic. My God. But I was committed, and I couldn't run now. If you truly love your country, as you say, then why do you abuse women and children? A samurai should protect common people, not attack them. What did you say? That's right. You tell him, son. How do you like that, you damn Ronin? Patriot my ass. Get out of my city. You tell him. Something about my speech must have struck a chord with the gathering crowd. With the cheers, my legs started to gain some of their usual steadiness. You son of a bitch. With the rough hiss of metal, the Ronin sword leapt from its scabbard. Oh, did it now? Did it grow legs and walk away while it was at it, huh? Gah! Oops. Yeah, that was us going, gah! I suddenly discovered I had difficulty swallowing. I could try to dodge, but if I did, he might hit the girl my actions had intended to protect. You want to know what this girl should be doing? She should be backing away and getting out of there. Getting out of my fucking way. I was about to draw my sword. What is it? Huh? Oh, yep. Slowly, carefully, I opened my eyes. Why the fuck did you close your eyes? Hasn't this person, whoever wrote this, ever heard of adrenaline? Saito. Did I say Saito earlier when I was trying to think of his name? No, I said Soji. Yeah, which is incorrect. You needn't worry. I used the back of my sword. Saito! Kisama. Ugh. You. It's funny. Take them to headquarters. They may be Choshu. Yes, sir! Working quickly, Saito's men set to work, binding the Ronin for transport. Saito's cold eyes fell on me. That was reckless. Why didn't you call me? Oh, maybe because I'm a dumb fucking bitch and I don't know how to do things properly or use my brain at all or use my skills at being taught how to handle a sword or anything. I don't fucking know. What were you gonna do if they hurt you gravely? Probably fucking die. I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. But I couldn't help myself. I mean, what if she were to get injured? The gentleman is right. You were dreadfully reckless. I had the situation quite well in hand. A scolding from Saito was expected, but I hadn't thought that my erstwhile damsel in distress would contribute. Listen, you are the physical embodiment of damsel in distress, and it makes me want to pull all of your hair out. I'm so frustrated. Oh, God. I'm sorry I made you worry. Get the fuck out of here. I gave her a short, slightly confused bow, to which she blinked as if suddenly remembering something very important. Oh, but you did save me, didn't you now? And I haven't thanked you. How crude of me. Thank you. Oh, well, I didn't do anything. It was Saito and his men who made the actual arrest. Oh, you needn't be so modest. It was way more respectful than just being a bystander. Wait. I suspect that this is our meeting here, is Providence. Okay. I read it as this is, and I was later confused. Young ladies must watch out for one another here in the city. It's so dumb that, like, half the people are like, oh yeah, she's definitely a chick. And the other half are like, yeah, you get him, son. And it's just, why? What? Saito glanced from her to me, and an expression flashed across his face that I couldn't quite place. Yeah, but it's not even like I'm fooling most people. It's like nobody is ever fooled, except for the Shinsengumi and bystanders. That's it. You can't expect to fool everyone. There's no need to worry about it. Get out. Oh, what do you think? Does it look like I'm dressed up like a dude or something? Oh dear, was it supposed to be a secret? Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned it. Well, I wasn't entirely sure how to respond. How does a person respond to that sort of question? She seemed to sense my confusion and gracefully moved on. I'm terribly sorry. I don't believe I've even asked your name. How terribly boorish of me. I have like this itch under my skin on my leg. Like, why does that happen? It's for sure itchy. But like, what do I do about it? Even if I itch my skin, all I do is scratch my skin. It doesn't make the itch go away.
これも何かの縁ですもの。教えてくれるかしら。
I should very much like to be friends, but it is difficult to become acquainted with the nameless. Might I inquire as to who you are then? Well, this
そ
is...
ちらの方は斉藤さんよね。新選組は有名だもの。知ってるわ。
Oh, I know who he is. Mr. Saito, yes? The Shinsengumi is frightfully famous around here. Wow, she's getting on my nerves, can you tell?
あなたの名前は？
And you are? Ooh, this game. Oh, for fuck's sake. My name is Chizuru Yukimura. It's nice to meet you.
雪村。
Yukimura. Her eyes grew wide as if she were surprised, and she stared intently at me.
雪村って姓なの？
Your last
東国？
Your last name is Yukimura. You were born in the East? Why, yes. Oh my fucking god. How completely oblivious we are treated in this game just makes me want to pluck my own eyes out, which is scary. I was living in Edo, but I had come to Kyoto for a certain reason. She was acting a little strange, so I tried to speak to her, and she laughed and looked up.
なんでもないの。知り合いと同じ姓だったから。
Oh, I'm sorry. It's nothing. It was the same last name as my acquaintance.
雪村ってすごく綺麗な名字ね。
I think Yukimura is a really pretty last name. You think so? Thank you.
よろしくね。私のことはセンって呼んで。
And it's a pleasure to meet you, Chizuru. You may call me Sen. Miss Sen? Nice to meet you. Sen, a young woman who was rescued by Heron from belligerent Ronin in Kyoto. She's also known as Onsen. Isn't that how you say hot spring? Or hot water? I think it's just hot water. That's weird. Okay.
なんか水臭いわね。見たところを
No!
同じくらいだし。
Okay.
何かしこまらなくていいわよ。
Well, everything has pissed me off thoroughly. I'm gonna end the episode here, close and restart my game because fuck this fucking bullshit. I'm thoroughly pissed off. Thank you everybody for coming out and playing with me. This game, what is wrong with it? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. And it seems to do it worse the more times I open the menu on my own. So, I guess never save while you're in game and you'll be fine. I don't fucking know. Anyway, thank you all for coming out and playing with me. I had a ton of fun until this annoying moment just occurred. And I will see you all next time. Bye!